What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to episode 10 of my Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Let's Play series. As you can see, we are coming along quite well. There's still some detail work that needs to be added in pretty much in every single coaster, and possibly even taking this one out or just redoing it so that you can actually ride on it, because most of these people are too scared. Oh man, I apologize for coughing there. I should be good now. I don't think that'll happen again. Anyways, so last time we were working on Atlantis, which is a pretty sweet ride, if I may add. I think there was one problem here when I tried to make a loop and it kind of went upside down a bit too far. But I hope people don't get too upset with me for that, because that really wasn't my intention. I mean, it is what it is. I like how it goes over water too, so I do like that. One of the things that we actually had happen was this kind of area right here where you came down close to the ground, so it cut the ground in. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to fix that land first. So let's try to do, where is it? I think it's this one. Let's just make it as big as we can right now. That way we bring that up. Alright, cool. Now what I want to kind of do is I want to kind of use a smooth tool. And although I haven't really done much of the smoothing before, where is it? Alright. A flatten terrain averager. That doesn't look too bad. Let's make it a little bit smaller. The reason I haven't really used the smooth tool before is because I really didn't have a need to. But by smoothing it out, I can actually make the ride look a little bit more realistic here, especially when it's going down this ditch. Maybe I have to change tools a little bit. Well, I don't want to reveal tile edges at all, actually. So maybe it won't let me do it too terribly much, but we'll try to smooth it out the best that we can, just so that it looks somewhat natural and not like there's just a huge ditch in the ground, because I don't think you'd ever see that in an actual park. Come on, smooth a little bit more. I wonder if that's like the farthest we can get it. You gotta be able to get it higher. What if we made it even smaller? Apparently not. Oh well. Well, that's pretty much as smooth as we can get it, so. And then we might want to take it down a little bit. Here. It might not let me. I don't want to take it down too much. I really don't want to take it down right there. I'm kind of really meant to take it down there. And why I'm doing it like right underneath where the roller coaster is, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Because when you ride rides, you're not gonna like be right next to the ground, obviously. When, all right, I gotta bring that back up. All right, bring that up a little bit. Now, if we could smooth it out, that'd be nice too. There we go. Maybe this will work better for the bringing the terrain down. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that seems to be working a little bit better. I'm sorry I'm not talking very much. I'm just kind of concentrating on what I'm working on. But that seemed to have, like, for the most part, smoothed out the area so that we don't see any like cracks anymore. And then when it comes down here, you won't actually be as like close to hitting that ground. So I think I like that. And we'll keep it like that just so that you have some kind of texture. Now, eventually we're going to have to add trees and stuff around here too. but I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that. So I kind of want to do some different texture changes. So I think we have ones that are like sand. So we'll try to do like some. I want to see what smooth sand looks like, honestly. Um, I know it's kind of funny to have like sand in a water park or an amusement park. I don't necessarily want it to be too thick. Um, I just want it to be kind of dyed a little bit. It's like underneath the roller coaster maybe where like the sun doesn't hit as well. Um, I kind of want there to be like a little texture difference because it'll help make the ride a little bit more realistic. Like, because the sun's not going to always show through where the ride's going. So if we just like follow the ride where it goes, for the most part, we should be able to make a decent, and I can actually clean it up later with my other brush. But this will make it a little bit more realistic, just so we have areas where the grass isn't fully covered. Like I said, it doesn't look great right now, but we can make it a little bit more realistic here in a second. I'm just gonna finish up this pathing real quick here. It's just some things that some people don't think about when they're doing the rides. I usually don't do it either, but I think it's gonna look pretty decent if I do it. So if I start going around the outline here and just trimming it down a bit. Oh, the Dallas Destroyer just always seems to want to break down. So I'm just trying to keep it a little bit clean. Alright. Alright, for the most part, that's pretty good, I'd say. Just keeping it on the corners. I mean, we don't want it to be too terribly dark. That's like the main thing. And that's what we're trying to do here. Try and make it so it's not too like dark of sand, but also it looks like there's an area where the ride was under. Alright, cool. Now I wonder if like we do like some sand dunes in here, or we just keep it, nah, probably just keep it all grass. Alright, cool. I like it. I think that's pretty good. So I know he's wasted probably a lot of time on this, but who cares? I mean, if we go into like a scenic view, like let's try to go down here and look at it. Alright, let's see here. Probably too far. Let's go a little bit more. That's pretty cool. Or let's try to go over here somewhere. It's hard to get that angle just right, but I think that looks pretty cool. Come on, mouse, work with me here. It doesn't want to go down that far, but anyways, I think it looks pretty cool, so we'll keep it like that. Now, what do we want to work on next? Because that's the real question. We have our kind of American theme. We started transitioning over to like an adventure theme, and this is kind of like a beach theme of sorts. Although the this ride's kind of out of position. We're not really getting a lot of people over to this side of the park right now. I don't know if it's because this ride's just too scary for people to go on, or if they're enjoying these rides too much. I'm not quite sure what it is. You'd think that people would want to come over here more, but how many people? We have 852 people in the park. The majority of them are actually riding 5 for Fighting, which is surprising because I thought that would be a pretty scary coaster. I guess, what do we want to do? I know I feel like I always build coasters and things, and I don't really work on like the scenery or anything like that. But maybe that's what we should do. What do we have right now? We have a few types of coasters. The one kind of coaster that we don't have is like a inverted coaster, I think. So let's see here. Compact inverted. Let's just try to see what kind of inverted coasters we have. Inverted hairpin. Inverted coaster. Let's try one of these. Let's try to make an inverted coaster, boys and girls. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being green, just because most inverted coasters that I see are green. And I know, yes, it's copying like Raptor and that kind of thing, but we'll just see. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out. I just want to kind of see what happens, so. There's only one kind of coaster design. But the tracks on the top, I don't understand how those pieces. It must be trying to show me the Hyper Twister coaster. Yeah, that's what it is. It's showing me the Hyper Twister coaster. Alright. Let's see here. What can we do? Where do we want to make the Raptor anyways? Not I keep saying the Raptor. Where do we want to make our Hyper Twister coaster? Or our inverted coaster, if I would actually get the name right. We have a lot of things on this side of the park right now. I think it would probably be good to go somewhere like right here, because I don't want to push too far. I want to kind of keep this, I want to work on this area right now and finish it off before I move over past the halfway mark, which would be there. So if we had like a Raptor right around here, maybe it goes over just a smidge. I don't think that's too bad of an idea. So let's just start it right here, because that's kind of by the path, and we'll actually flip it around. So rotate. That's still going that way. Alright, there. Let's make it go that way now. Now, which way is the train going? Let's test this real quick. Okay, the train's still going that way, so I want to flip it around again. Alright, so now it should be working. Alright, cool. Actually, let's back it up. And we'll start, what's that, 1, 2, let's start somewhere about there, that looks good. And actually, I kind of want to start it off the ground as well. Because you know, I actually didn't show you what I learned. So if you hold shift, let's like right here. If we hold shift and we go up, so that's probably high enough right there. That kind of looks more realistic, because most coasters, at least that I've been to and that I've researched, kind of start off the ground. So I kind of like that idea. So we'll start this coaster off the ground as well. That's probably a long enough, maybe a little bit too long. That's probably good. And then, how do inverted coasters usually start? Probably just like, I'm going to do the same kind of idea that I had over here. So they're going to go dip down just a little bit, and then it's going to curve over. Now, the key is, do I want to do the same exact thing that I did over there, or do I want to be different? Because I could curve over to like the right, so I guess forward if you're looking at the screen head on, and it would just come over to this way, and then we could like turn it around and bring it back and do a bunch of loops back over here. So I'm thinking maybe let's go over, we'll come back, we'll turn it around, we'll do some kind of inversions over here, we'll bring it back towards this backside, and we'll do some spinning downward loops, and then we'll make it back into the track. So just bear with me, so if I don't talk as much, that's the plan that we're going to try to follow. So let's just get started. So let's go down, kind of same idea that we had before. So they bring you down a little bit, and we're going to do a kind of curve. Let's go up. Let's do a curve up. Let's just see if that works first. I want to change the cart. That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? And that's the only type of cart that they have. Inverted hairpin car. This is an inverted coaster, right? Compact inverted. I must have clicked. I clicked on the wrong one. Alright. Okay. Yeah, let's redo this real quick. And I'm gonna keep a marker on where I started. So, all right, let's try this again. I know it didn't look quite right. So where was I? I was right here and right here, I believe. And actually, we'll make it go right about there. That looks good. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, that makes sense. And actually, I want to kind of just make the track all black right now until we make a theme. So, I guess I didn't keep that track the same. Let's try this. Let's try it one more time. Third or fourth time is a charm, right? Alrighty, so we want it to be right here, and we'll shift it up to about there. And do we want to go one higher? Nah, that's fine. And that's probably long enough. And then we'll go down, down, up, up, no, inverted up. That's not what I want. Let's just see if it works like that first. Yeah, that looks better. It should have enough speed to get over that. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So we'll start bringing the train up. I don't know if that's a little bit too high or too steep. I mean, was that? So this is probably that's a 30. This is a 45. No, that's probably 30. That's 60. So 60-degree angles. So how I don't know exactly the average of how high lift hills are. I should make it up though. Oh, I can't make chains on it though. Oh, that's kind of awkward, isn't it? You can't actually make chains on steep slope like that. So, I guess we won't go too high. So this is probably high enough, right? And we will drop down. So we'll do the same kind of like trick we did over there. We'll drop down a bit, kind of bring people onto this level, and then go down again. That's a little bit too far. Let's just go, we'll go curve. Downwards curve like that. And not curve again. We'll just go into a drop. So that'll give us enough velocity, or acceleration, whatever. And then we want to do not a small overbank curved, not an inverted corkscrew. We want to do we want to go up again. That way we can do a large half loop. Oh, it's not going to make it over the top from that. Really? Okay, so maybe you go down a few more. So let's just actually go. Maybe if we take it down a little bit steeper. I can't because there's a path there. So instead of that, we'll make it even out. And go across the path. And then we'll try to do a large half loop. We want to do, I think, we want to do a large half loop, but we gotta make it go to the left, like that. Now, will that actually work? I'm not quite sure. It may not have enough speed because of that particular hill that we have. And if that's the case, we can change up the hill. No, it doesn't have enough speed. What if we made let's go into settings and we could do low friction. What if we do that? Alright, we gotta go close it first. Close it and then let's try it again. I just kinda wanna see if this works. 'Cause if it doesn't, I'll just redo it. It's gonna lose a lot of speed off of this though. That's one thing for sure. I want to do, and then we can do a large inverted corkscrew out of that. And let's see if that does it better. Oh, oh gosh. Oh man, it does. It goes over it for sure. It's leaving you hanging though. That now is that safe? Well, it's debatable whether that is safe or not. Cannot make normal track. I guess we're doing. I kind of want to do like a hammerhead. Let's see here. If we just do a. Well, I thought that twist would bring it out, I thought. Or maybe we don't do a twist there and we do a, I don't think a small overbank curve would be the right thing to do here. How do we do hammerheads? I think hammerheads are well, I actually have to go up first. So if we go up and we do a half loop, and then I think if we do a inverted corkscrew that way, inverted corkscrew that way, and then a half loop back. I think that's how you do a hammerhead. Or maybe that's not even what they call it. But it's not really, it doesn't look the best. But I think that's how you do it. How did I mess up on the... That's an inverted large corkscrew, okay. Well, that's an inverted large corkscrew as well. Okay, and then a half loop back. There we go. I think that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So if we can actually get a coaster to do this, it's going to look pretty sweet. Because they do this in a lot of rides, like in Vertigo at Kings Island, or I don't know. There's a bunch of rides that do it. Let's see if we can get it to go though. Will it go over? Oh, it's got the speed. Oh, it does. That is awesome. We'll do some airtime hills actually. And then we gotta do some more corkscrews. So if we do an inverted corkscrew that way, that'll put us on that side of the track. And inverted corkscrew back the other way. I like that. And then we can do I just want to see how far. I don't know if it's even going to be able to do that. Maybe it will. Let's do one more inverted corkscrew, I think. Three's a charm. I think they said you can only do a top of 3 in a row. And that's like the most that people can like actually stand. So there's our third corkscrew, and then we'll start going down, and we'll make it like big. Ah. Maybe you go back up again. This is kind of like the farthest I want to go, though. How do we do a helix? What opens up a helix for us? Where did the helix go? A quarter helix. That's what I want to build. I don't know how you're supposed to build them, though. I think that should be good. Oh, it needs to be a little bit higher, actually. That should be good, I think. Man, that actually looks pretty sweet for a coaster. It's a little bit big. It takes up a little bit too much space. So the people that I would be designing it for would probably not be too terribly happy. But it is what it is. So there, we'll put the exit. We'll put the or in the entrance there. I want to see what time we're at, 'cause I'm pretty sure I went like way over time. Yeah, I did. So I apologize that this video is going to be extremely long. But if you like the video, make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends, all the good stuff I tell you every single video. And until next time, I'm Hans, and when we get back, we'll get to ride it. And we'll color scheme it and different things like that. So, I'll see you next time. Peace.